What's going on, guys? Marcus Crockett back with another video. So I've really talked a lot about how to grow your business. I've talked about ways on getting your first clients. I've talked about some of the things that need to go inside of your proposals when you send things over. I've talked about your walkthroughs. I've talked about like all of these different things. But one of the things that I really haven't talked too much about is the benefits of having a really good client, right? Because you can have a good client, you can have a bad client. But in this video, I'm going to break down like my 5 things that I look for in every single client. Shout out to everyone who signed up for the appointment setting service. Just like I promised, like we're going to close out on those. We're going to close those appointments for you. We're going to get you walkthrough set up, just like I said I would. If you've submitted within the last couple of days, give us some time. We'll go ahead and get everything put into the system, and we're definitely going to start delivering. If you want to get signed up, the link is in the description. Go ahead, sign up, but make sure when you sign up that you're ready to go, because the appointments are going to start coming fast. Okay, so when it comes to having the type of client that you want, or having really good clients, first let's really dive into like some of the things that you don't want, some of the things that I don't want. And that comes down to 3 things. So the first thing is, I don't like to have clients who I have to continuously send reminders to that it's time to pay. Just like they wouldn't like to have a cleaner or a cleaning company that they have to typically or constantly call and say, hey, you guys are supposed to be cleaning today. I set my crews out, my crew cleans, and then at the end of the month or however we have our stuff set up, we expect to be paid. And it just sets things back when we have to continuously send reminders. So that's one of the things that I'm looking for if I don't want to do business, or if I want to stop doing business with a client, is if I constantly have to remind them to pay. The other thing is, I don't like dealing with rude clients. Now, the clients are never really rude to me. I've never had anyone talk to me rude, but I have had certain clients in the past talk to my staff rude or look down on my staff. And I'm not gonna lie, like that's not something that's common. It's far and few in between, but it has happened, and that's a huge red flag for us. So if I get the sense that a client's being rude, or a client is talking down to my staff, making them feel uncomfortable, we're probably going to end up disassociating ourselves with that particular client. And the last huge red flag that I look for in clients that I'm not going to do business with, or no longer going to do business with, are clients who consistently want more work. They want more service than what they're actually paying for. I literally just went through this not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago. We took on this account, and clear as day, it says in complete black and white, we both signed contracts, the list of on the scope of work, all of the things that we're going to do, all the things that we agree to do. Well, after the first clean, I have my process that I go through, and I reach out, and the client says that they're unhappy because something wasn't done. Well, I was away from my computer at the time, so I wasn't able to pull up the contract. But I assured them, like, hey, we'll get everything figured out. I don't think that that's on the contract, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you a call back. I'm not telling him I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just saying, okay, let me double check. Let me look things over, and then I'll reach back out. I knew that what he was asking for wasn't on the contract, but I needed to make sure. I needed to double check. So sure enough, we get back. I pull up the contract, and it wasn't on the contract. So I called him, hey, pull up your contract. This is everything that's on there. And it wasn't something as simple as, cleaning out the microwave. This was something that was, it required some work. It required a lot more work. The price would have changed drastically had they had wanted that in there. So, that was one of those things where it was just that, in combination with this particular, not the owner, but one of the owner's workers was a little bit rude. We ended up just canceling out that contract. Like, we're no longer going to continue to service them. So those are the 3 things that I really look for. If I'm presented with these things with a client, we're not going to do business with them. Now, here's the 5 things that I absolutely look for. And if you could find these 5 things in a client, and trust these, we're not asking for anything crazy. Like all of these 5 things that I'm about to tell you, if you could find these in a client, then you have yourself a client for life, or a client for as long as you're continuing to produce on a high level. So the first thing that I look for is a client, of course, that pays on time. It's important for us to be able to pay our staff on time. And in order for us to pay our staff on time, we have to be paid on time. So clients that pay on time, that's always a good thing. That's always a good sign, something that we're always looking for. The second thing, I like clients who actually make our staff feel welcome, right? A part of what I'm talking about is, like during the holidays, it's not uncommon for them to leave us Christmas cards, or in some case, they'll leave gift cards. They'll leave, they'll just leave different things, and all of those things always go to the staff. But that's just shows from their side a level of appreciation that they have for what we do for them, for the service that we provide for them. That lets me know that, hey, they want us here. We're welcomed here. Right. And that's always a good thing to have when you're dealing with clients. Now, the third thing that we're looking for, and this list is really in no particular order, but the third thing that we're looking for is understanding, right? I live in a place where we get bad weather, right? I mean, it's always raining, but every now and then in the wintertime, it'll snow. And if it's too much snow on the ground, like I tell my staff this all the time, I say, listen, how much is your car insurance deductible? $500 or $250 or whatever. I let them know, listen, if you don't feel safe driving to work, I would prefer for you to stay home, because whatever your car deductible is, it's probably more than what you're going to make today, right? Or it's more than what you're going to make in whatever. So I always let them know, like, I never want people to put themselves in a position where they're now in danger because they got to get to work. And coming from I just like to have clients that understand that, like, listen, the roads were too icy last night. We didn't get in and get that done. Now, this isn't something that you want to repeat. Like, you don't want to continuously do this. This may happen, in extreme situations, or you know what I mean? You just don't want to take advantage. You don't want to take people's kindness for a weakness. But having that human element, that element that says, like, we understand things happen. Things happen but you guys have been so consistent throughout the years, or throughout the time that you've had this contract, that we understand. We're going to go ahead and give you that grace. Now, on your side, on the owner side, you have to make sure that as soon as the roads are clear, as soon as people were able to get out, you guys are able to get out and service them. So what that could look like is this. Say, for example, you service the account on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. So Monday, you're not there. Tuesday is a heavy snow day. You're not able to get there. But Wednesday, it's all cleared up. So you missed Tuesday. So you need to get there Wednesday to make up for Tuesday, and then get back there on Thursday, or however you and the client decide. But that's typically what we'll do. Say, hey, we missed today, but if it works out, we can get in there for you guys tonight and make sure that we take care of everything. And clients understand that, and they appreciate that. So having an understanding client is, that's a huge thing for us. Now, the fourth thing that we're looking for, a client that sends us referrals. Now, that can be them sending us someone in their network group, right? So if it's a dental account, they're going to send us, one of their dental friends, or maybe one of the people who work who owns a dental lab. They're going to send us this stuff, right? But it doesn't have to always look like that. A referral can look like this. I have this client, and I've been servicing them for the last, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, and we do a good job. And they've never sent us any referrals, but I'll say, hey, do you mind if I use you as a referral? Because sometimes other businesses don't know us, right? We knock on doors, or we go inside, and they may say, hey, we like your proposal, we like what you have to offer, we like you, the presentation, everything, but do you have any references that we can call and talk to? Absolutely. So that's where that other client will come in. The client who's done all the good things. They pay on time. They're understanding, like, all of the things. You can always ask, hey, is it okay if I put you down as a reference so that we can grow our company? I've never once had a client say no, not one time, never. They want to help. They understand. A lot of these businesses that we deal with are small businesses. We don't have, I'll be honest, like, I don't have any $10,000 a month accounts. All of my accounts are from I have accounts as low as $275 a month up to like almost $4,000 a month. I have a lot in between there. So some people, they'll hit, those $10,000, $20,000 a month accounts. I'll be honest, like we've never had one single account that was that high. We're always around the $3,000 to $4,000 mark per account. So my point is saying that is most of my accounts, we have a lot of medical accounts. Those are, husband and wife ran, or our dental accounts. These are small businesses, so they understand the importance of social proof and having, that someone else validate what it is that you're saying. If I'm telling you I can go in and provide you with this service, okay, I need the validation of another company that you work with. They understand the power of that. And if you have yourself a good client, they have no problem at all with being that reference for you. So that's the other thing that we look for. And the last thing we look for is a loyal client. We want someone who isn't necessarily going to shop us around based on price, right? If we're not doing a good job in something and they give us, hey, can you guys dust a little bit better? Or can you do this a little bit better, right? And we're not getting those things taken care of, by all means, shop around. But don't shop, or we don't like customers or clients to shop around because they're looking for someone that's $30 or $40 cheaper, because then it's just a race to the bottom, and we don't want to deal with clients like that anyways. So those are really like my top 5 things that I look for when it comes to having a good client. If you build your client base based on these 5 things, you're going to have your business is going to take off. You're going to have a loyal client base that you can count on month after month, as long as you're continuously doing the things that you said that you're going to do, right? And that's going in and just doing a good job, providing a good service. But yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. But like I say, in the game of business, spectators are going to watch. Hustlers get into the game so they can win. Guys, I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you're in position to pick them up. You do that by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.